right, now that you know how to make front post and back post double crochet, let's learn how to make the basket weave stitch. It consists mostly of front and back post double crochet and regular double crochet. You'll need to chain any multiple of 4 plus 4 more chains, and that will work for this pattern. We're going to come in with a double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. I like to come into the back bump. I just think it looks nicer. You don't have to. It's not completely necessary. The basket weave stitch works great. You're going to come all the way across with the double crochet. Works great for blankets, scarves. I am actually making a pocket shawl with this pattern, different yarn. This is my favorite yarn, my Bernat Forever Fleece. It's the softest, so easy to work with, and it just is so cushy. Whatever you make with it, you'll love. But don't buy it all. I love it. So go on down the line. You can just, if you want to make a blanket, as long as you can make it as wide as you want, as long as you're doing chaining a multiple of 4 plus 4 more chains. So you can just make it to fit if you want a 40-inch blanket, or I would say a throw, probably 40 to 50 inches at the most. This pattern does eat yarn. It's a yarn eater, but it's nice and thick and cozy. All right, I'm at the end of my row. You have your choice here. You can chain 2 if you like and turn. I'm not going to chain 2. I'm just going to make a chainless double crochet here in the very first stitch. Basically, you come through with a single crochet, come through that left loop with the single crochet and make another single crochet. So now I have it's almost a double crochet. You don't end up with a gap like you would when you just chain. So not this post, but this one. We're going to start there with double crochet, front post. We're going to do 4 front post. I did a video on a front post, back post border. You just go under, you push it to the front. That's how you know it's a front post. Push it to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get behind it, push it to the front, pull your yarn behind. Make sure you pull that loop up so it doesn't start puckering on you. Make sure you find the next one. Now we're going to do back post, 4 back post, double crochet. So here you push that post to the back. That's how I remember it. Oops, make sure I'm in the right place here. Push it to the back, bring your yarn through, and complete your double crochet. So see, these are pushed to the front, that's pushed to the back. We're going to do 3 more of those, and that's the pattern. 4 front post, 4 back post. One more. Push it to the back. And now 4 front post double crochet. Just push it to the front. Make sure you bring your loop up even with the other loops. Make sure you keep your count. 1, 2, 3. We need 4. You'll be doing a lot of counting. Now push it to the back. We need 4 back post double crochet. Just push that post right to the back. The post is actually just the double crochet from the previous row. 1, 2, 3. 4. And now just make a double crochet on top of that last one. All right. Again, you can chain 2 if you like, and then put a double crochet or actually I think they chain 2 and just come on over. I'm going to do a chainless. It's just the way I like it. All right, so now we're going to make front post crochets again, just into those 4 that you see here. We're going to all together do this for 4 rows. We already did 1. This is 2. After we do this for 4 rows, we'll reverse it. Just make sure you're finding the correct post. It's going to start looking like this. You'll have these ridges. Some people only go 3 rows of the front post, back post, keeping them the same, and some people go 5. I'm going 4. Any way you do it, it's going to look like a basket. All right, here we are. Our back post, continue on. And this yarn is so soft. 1, 2, 3. There's our last one. And you'll place a double crochet at the end here into that chainless double crochet that you had. It kind of locks in your row. So you'll have an even edge there. Oops, I'm not going to chain, I'm just going to turn. I'm going to make a chainless double crochet. If you forget how many rows you've gone, this is 1, this is 2, we're on 3. It's actually the 4th row, but it's the 3rd row of our front post, back post. So continue on with that. After you have 4 rows, I'll join you. Okay, after you have 4 rows of the front post double crochet and the back post double crochet, 4 of each, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to look like it's really long. However, when we come back, we're going to be doing the opposite stitches and it's going to pull this in. So it won't look as long. All right, we're going to turn. You either do your chain 2 or the chainless double crochet. Now, this is where we reverse it. Remember we had 1, 2, 3, 4. So wherever you have a front post, now you're going to push it to the back. And you'll do that for 4 rows. This is going to be your new pattern. See how it's starting to look woven? You really do have to pay attention to how many rows you've gone and making sure if you're doing front post or back post. I missed one. No, I didn't. See how I thought I missed it? But I have 2, and that's 3. Just keep on checking. Now we're going to pull the back post to the front, just the opposite. And when you turn, you're going to follow your pattern. We're not going to be pulling the front and the back. You'll see what I mean in just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the last. Let's go to here. Whoops, double crochet and turn. It's starting to turn the pattern. If you don't like how long this is chunky yarn, so it's a particularly long run. Just go 3 rows. It's your pattern, you do what you want. All right, so now that we've gone the opposite way, we're going to follow along for another 3 rows of, this is a back post. Wait a minute, did I do my chainless? I did not, I forgot. That did not look right to me. All right, now, we already did 1 row. This is our 2nd row of this part of the pattern. Wherever it's pushed back, you do a back post. Wherever it's pushed forward, you do a front post double crochet. Two, 3, 4. That's how you know you did it correctly. 2, 3, 4. It all starts to make sense. I pushed that back. So we're doing back post. This makes such a cozy blanket. I have made sweaters with it as well. I've never made a chunky sweater with it. I bet that would be really nice. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, and finish out with a double crochet at the end of your row. Let's see, that keeps it all lined up here. It does get kind of bunchy. Oh, so soft. So continue with that. It's just going to be 4 rows, front post, back post, and then 4 rows of pushing it the opposite way. The first row will be pushing it the opposite way, and then you continue that for 4 rows. And that's your pattern. I'm going to go, I had 2 rows there, 1, 2. I'm going to finish out with 4 rows and I'll be right back. Okay, I have all my rows. I actually had to go back a row because I had missed one of the back post. You'll catch it pretty quickly because if you don't see it on the next row, that your count will be off. Not such a big deal when I have a little swatch like this. It's a little bit more of a big deal when you have a really wide blanket that you're working on. You probably won't do it more than once. So that's the basket weave. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. It is reversible, which is nice. I tend to not make this for a baby blanket because I don't like baby's fingers and toes to get caught up in anything. If it's going to be one that you're just using for floor time or just wrapping them up and holding them and you're really aware of it, that would be okay. Well, I'm just a worrywart. I think you'll enjoy this. Next we'll do the waffle stitch because that's also a combination of double crochet and front post and back post double crochet. It makes a really, really nice blanket or sweater. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you do. And if you hit the bell, you'd be notified whenever I put out a new video. And as always, all my patterns are free on my website. It's www.i-crochet.com.